Hi, everyone. Well, this week I am refocusing after the diamond expansion event from that we had last week. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it was 8 days. We had an event for our most advanced practitioners where we began to explore the idea of 4 dimensions and how to work within the fourth dimension, how to work with 4D awareness and bring that into your work. Why can diamonds do that? Because diamonds work at all dimensions at all levels. In the level 3 workshop, which was the first time I introduced how to work with 3 diamonds, we were able to use the 3 diamonds in various ways to naturally invoke 4-dimension work. So that was fun. Then we had 2 days of level 2 workshop. One day I taught how to do brain balancing and nervous system support. It's a new protocol to work with issues along those lines. Second day was how to balance the heart and the flows through the heart. We're finding that when any imbalance that you might find between chambers in the heart and chambers and valves, and for example, with the lungs even, that little imbalances can have big effects on stressing the heart. So we learned how to identify and correct those. And then the faculty of Gemstone Therapy Institute had a 2-day get together ourselves. So, excuse me. Well, I also wanted to talk some more about polarity. My recent series on polarity was sparked by a question that someone had about the relationship between polarity and tourmaline. The writer wanted to know more about polarity and in particular its relationship to the healing benefits of tourmaline. They further write, would you consider doing a video demystifying the relationship between polarity and tourmaline? I'd love to learn more about how tourmaline's unique ability to reverse polarity might be useful in healing or overall wellness. So that was the email that sparked the series. So thank you for asking that question. Not all questions spark me that way, but this one did. So yes, tourmaline, one of our beloved gemstones for healing, can support the body to correct polarity imbalances. And I'll tell you how in just a second. But when it does come to polarity correction, we also have to discuss the benefits of healing diamonds. So let's compare the two. We'll compare tourmaline and healing diamonds with polarity work. So in general, tourmaline supports good polarity because the tourmaline family of gemstones are the keepers of the flows. Each type of tourmaline does this in a unique way, but tourmaline in general supports flows. One way tourmaline supports flows is by maintaining even movement of energy through the magnetic field. When flows are supported, polarity is more likely to be maintained and preserved, less likely to shift or reverse. The thing to remember here, though, is that polarity works in a general way for all polarity at all levels of your body and being. It is general, and it can be significantly supportive, such as by wearing a therapeutic quality tourmaline in jewelry, for example. Doesn't matter what kind, it provides ongoing support. Well, healing diamonds, in contrast, work with precision and focus. We're right by the street. I can't help the music. If you want to find out where a polarity imbalance is occurring and what types of polarity anomalies are present, your best tool for the job is to work with healing diamonds. And I think I've already said this, but with one healing diamond, you can discover where a polarity imbalance might be anywhere on the body and then correct it. But with 2 healing diamonds, you have the ability to evaluate and locate polarity anomalies wherever they might be. In fact, exactly locate the polarity imbalance, whether it's in the emotional body or the memory body or the mental body, or whether it's at the cellular, atomic, or molecular levels, or even at the system level. Okay, so there's a difference there. With diamonds, you can work with focus and you can zone in on the exact weakness involved, which is usually the cause of polarity imbalances that affect the whole of our being. Yeah. So furthermore, the diamonds offer precise polarity corrections, which means, as I said, you can locate, evaluate, and correct polarity imbalances, but in a relatively short period of time because you're focused, sometimes only in minutes. But the tourmaline works in a general way. It requires its ongoing presence to maintain the polarity correction, to support the flows that maintain the polarity correction. And when you're supporting the flows, if there are imbalances, they can shift, they can be corrected. There are specific gemstone therapy methods that can be used to locate polarity imbalances. But again, the treatment takes time. This is not a bad thing. Sometimes duration of time can be an important part of the session. So which tool you use really depends on how much time you have. Whether you're working with yourself and self-therapy only and have lots of time, wearing a necklace, that's pretty nice. You get therapy on the go. Or if you're planning to work with others clinically, which means getting as much done in the least amount of time, giving your clients maximum value. But also, it's what you're called to do. People tell me that diamonds have called them. And gemstones, people who work with the gemstones say that, oh, the gemstones have called to them. Some people do have a greater affinity with one versus the other, and some people just love them both. And we do have quite a few students who have gone down both tracks. Well, anyway, I hope this helps give you some insights into the differences between using tourmaline and using healing diamonds for working with polarity. Once again, with the tourmaline, you get this general ongoing support. You're allowed to experience a gentle movement of the polarity correcting as a result of your energy flows being vitalized and strengthened, and just showing the body what it feels like to maintain these flows. And the diamonds, they work with precision and focus. Okay, well, thanks for listening. Thank you for your curiosity about healing diamonds and gemstones in general and their relationship to polarity in particular. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.